Hello, my name's Kate from Cheshire East Libraries, and I would like to tell you about a book I love. My book is Girl, Woman, Other, and it's by Bernardine Evaristo, and it was published by Penguin in 2019. Now, in the book, there are 12 major characters, all very diverse Black British women. In different ways, they and their stories are all linked together by family, friendship, relationships, work, education, or a mixture of these. Now, the action of the book takes place over just one day in London, but due to the backstories of each character, we actually cover well over 200 years and a number of different countries. But ultimately it is a book about Britain today and a broad cross-section of its population. This is a book that I read during the COVID-19 lockdown. Now, I actually read it twice as an audiobook, and I'm planning to read it for a third time now because I bought a copy of the book. To be quite honest, the first time I listened to this book, it did take me a little while to become fully engaged with it. Partly, I think, because I didn't initially warm to the first 2 or 3 characters. But as I continued with the book, and as more characters were introduced and earlier ones reappeared, I did find myself drawn in and wanting to know more about them and what happened to each of them. The 12 women are extremely diverse, and the links between them are very varied. And by the time I got to the end of the book, especially as the later chapters go back a number of generations, I really wanted to see all the links more clearly. So I immediately listened to the whole book all over again. Now, through listening again to the book, I also got so much more out of it, and it really reinforced how much I liked it and its structure. The structure of the book is fairly basic. A varying number of chapters about each character. Thankfully, with so many as 12 major characters involved, it does not jump between characters from one chapter to another, as many other books do, but you get the life story of each of them in turn during the course of their chapters. This means that you get to know each woman in depth before moving on to the next one. You also get a mention of many of the other characters in each chapter, often before you find out whether or not they are one of the main ones. And this is perhaps why I felt the need to reread the book, to be able to pay more attention to each character as soon as they appeared. It was only while discussing the book with others online that I discovered that the written format of the book was slightly unusual, and this is not something that could have been picked up from the audiobook. And that partly prompted me to buy a copy of the book just so I could read it in print. And having glanced through the book before I actually get round to rereading the whole thing, it looks to me as though the style, short sentences with no capital at the start or a no full stop at the end, imitates the words being spoken aloud, which is why listening to the audiobook there was nothing to show this. And I feel personally maybe this reflects the fact that all the characters in the book talk a lot about their lives, about their families, about their relationships, their jobs, and so on. It is almost like a very personal set of interviews with a pretty vociferous section of the population. So would I recommend this book? Yes, I certainly would. I'd recommend it to anyone. I think the fact that I'm wanting to read it 3 times in fairly quick succession is a good sign that I enjoyed it. And I'd recommend it as the women are so different and have such varied experiences that it's unlikely that anyone could not connect with at least one of them in some way. There's also a lot of really good storylines and some surprises. And I hope that having watched this, you might be interested in reading this book for yourself. Thank you for watching, and do look out for more books we love from Cheshire East Libraries. Thank you.